Is your grocery bill creeping up like an unexpected subscription fee? Welcome to the club. Being a member here means sacrificing your sanity, and probably that fancy cheese you love. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, which tracked costs from August 18th to August 25th, 2024, the average American family of four now spends around $275 per week on groceries. Yes, that's about $1,100 per month, making it feel like your grocery bill is starting to rival your rent. But why are basic groceries, from bread to cheese, costing so much? Between 2019 and 2023, the cost of food at home jumped nearly 25%. The pandemic brought chaos to the supply chain, leading to frenzied hoarding and empty shelves, driving prices sky high. And even now, with the crisis over, prices haven't budged back down. Turns out, corporations have become quite comfortable with the extra profit, figuring that if people have been paying more, why lower it now? Today, we're diving into the 7 U.S. states where families face the highest grocery costs. You'll be surprised at how local factors, like transportation costs, geography, and even state taxes, pile up to affect what you pay at the checkout. Let's dive in. Number 7. Florida. Sunshine and theme parks might be what come to mind with Florida, but grocery bills are becoming part of its identity too. As a peninsula, Florida has a unique set of challenges when it comes to transporting goods efficiently. Everything has to travel down narrow highways packed with tourists and hurricane evacuees, which adds to transport costs. And since the state's tourism industry keeps grocery demand high year-round, stores have to keep items stocked and fresh, even if they're out of season or need to be imported. Labor shortages in the agriculture industry have also raised costs. Fewer workers are available to pick crops, so prices go up to cover increased labor expenses. With these factors, Florida families are spending about $289.27 per week on groceries. Number 6. Washington. Washington residents also face hefty grocery bills, largely due to high transportation costs. Washington's vast rural areas make deliveries pricier, and environmental regulations, while beneficial for the ecosystem, increase costs for food transport and production. These rules impact everything from fuel standards to packaging, adding to the final bill. Washington is also known for its locally sourced culture, with high demand for fresh, organic, and sustainable products. While great for the environment, these preferences mean higher production costs that get passed to consumers. With one of the highest minimum wages in the United States, labor costs further inflate grocery prices. The average family here now spends around $289.67 a week on groceries. Number 5. Mississippi. Mississippi might have plentiful farmland, but grocery prices are surprisingly high. Rural areas, crumbling infrastructure, and workforce shortages make it difficult and costly to transport produce from farms to stores. Lower income levels mean these costs hit families harder, as high grocery bills cut deeper into budgets. Mississippi is also one of the few states with a high grocery tax, which is another hit to the budget. This tax is an added burden for families in a state already dealing with economic challenges. The average Mississippi family spends around $292.66 a week on groceries. Number 4. Nevada. Grocery shopping in Nevada can feel like a high-stakes poker game. The state's location means that much of its food has to be shipped long distances, adding significant costs. Nevada is mostly desert, with few local farming options. As a result, most produce, meats, and dairy products are imported, and all those transport fees add up. Nevada's unique desert tax means that goods are marked up just to cover the high cost of bringing food into a remote area. For many residents, a grocery run is more than just filling up a cart. It's supporting an expensive supply chain. The average family here spends $294.56 a week on groceries. Number 3. California. California's cost of living is no joke, and that includes groceries. The state is actually one of the biggest farming hubs in the United States, which keeps it from taking the number 1 spot. However, labor costs are high, as California has one of the highest minimum wages, which directly affects prices at the checkout. California's strict environmental regulations also raise costs. Water scarcity and droughts make it challenging to grow water-intensive crops, driving up prices for these items. Transporting goods under eco-friendly fuel standards costs more, which is reflected in your receipt. The average family here spends around $298.72 per week on groceries. Number 2, Alaska. Alaska's remote location and harsh climate make it a tough place for affordable groceries. Almost everything has to be flown or shipped into the state, so transport costs are extremely high. And with people spread out across vast distances, it's even more expensive to reach those remote areas. Groceries are a luxury in Alaska, and the cost reflects that. Alaska's cold climate limits the types of crops that can be grown locally, so the state depends heavily on imports. Every apple, loaf of bread, and gallon of milk comes with a premium price due to this reliance on imports. Families in Alaska can expect to pay around $301.10 a week for groceries. And finally, Hawaii. It probably comes as no surprise that Hawaii tops the list of expensive grocery states. Being an island state, Hawaii imports almost all of its food, and every imported item racks up high shipping fees. Fuel costs for flights and ocean freights add to the expenses, and then there's the cost of storage, handling, and distribution once the goods arrive. Hawaii's tropical climate is great for tourism, but not for sustaining large-scale agriculture. The state's limited local food production means that almost everything has to be brought in from other states or countries. This reliance on imports means grocery bills that are higher than anywhere else in the United States. The average family here spends about $324.30 per week on groceries. And there you have it, the 10 states with the highest grocery costs. Whether it's due to transportation, taxes, weather, or wages, families in these areas are shelling out big bucks just to put food on the table. So the next time you're at the checkout line, remember that behind every item in your cart is a complex web of factors making those prices what they are. If you found this breakdown helpful, give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe to Fact Finder for more insights on the hidden costs of everyday life. See you in the next video.